if you've ever seen any of my, like, end of the year, like, you know, best of, worst of, movies of a year, you've probably heard by now that, like, I am an avid fan of horror films. I love me some good fucking horror movies. And this year has been kind of really dry on horror films. Like, I haven't, like, the only one I've seen this year so far, other than the one I'm talking about right here, is Insidious. Insidious 4. And Insidious 4 was a goddamn dumpster fire. That movie blew donkey dick. First time I've ever disliked an Insidious film. So, that was a huge disappointment. So then I'm going throughout the rest of the year and no horror movies, no weird creepy suspense films. And then along comes A Quiet Place. I had seen trailers for this. I was really looking forward to it. And, oh, by the way, for the record, I do know of the movies Thoroughbred and Unsane. Those were not showing near me. Or if they were in theaters for such a short period of time that I was not able to catch them. By the time I had learned of their existence and I went to look it up, I was just like, well, this isn't showing anywhere near me. Great. So, I do know there are other horror films that are apparently really good. Just, those went under my radar, and by the time it was in my radar, I was just like, well, that either never showed near me, or isn't showing near me at all. Or isn't showing near me now. Fuck. So, A Quiet Place. It was fucking good. Holy crap. But it was a very different kind of good than what I was expecting. Because the way the trailers portray it, it feels like it's going to be kind of this moody, atmospheric, almost art housey kind of horror film. Like, because you don't see, like, even get the hint that there are actual physical, tangible monsters in this movie from the trailer. It's just, you know, like we can't make a sound. If we make a sound, bad things will happen. And I'm expecting, like I said, this kind of slow burn kind of atmospheric horror film, more akin to, say, like The Witch, than I am, you know, a traditional, more of a creature feature. And what I got was a fucking creature feature, which is dope, because you don't get a whole lot of those. But what made it so good is that, like, it was a smart creature feature film. Like you had, like, a family of survivalists in this world. The setting for you is already in the middle of this clusterfuck. There are these creatures that cannot see or smell. They just hear. They hear and they attack and they slaughter. And they, I assume, also eat. And the movie opens up with this family, and they have, like, a deaf daughter, so they're all familiar with sign language. Because that was one of the things that I got, because I was like, wait, we're 89 days into this, and this family is all, like, fluent in sign language. I'm like, okay. Only to go, oh, the daughter's fucking deaf. That's why they all know this. So they've already crafted a fucking communication system, or they already had that communication system at hand. So, of course, like, yeah, they had, like, a bit of a leg up in this world. And, you know, you're just kind of following this family as, you know, they're living in the house out in the middle of fucking nowhere and trying to survive these creatures. And they're, you know, just kind of survive on their own. Like the systems that they have developed to not make sound is pretty cool. Like, I mean, you see it in the trailer where they're, like, playing Monopoly, but they're playing Monopoly on, or they're playing Monopoly with, like these little plush things, so that way they're not making clicking noises, like when they're moving their pieces or when they're putting the hotels and stuff down. They're not rattling around, just making noise in general. They're not doing any of that. And so, yeah, like I said, like really smart, like, storytelling, very smart characters in this movie. That's how I felt for the longest time, or for, like, the first fifth of the movie, I think, until, like, the mother character is shown to be pregnant, and they're like, we're gonna have a baby soon. Like, they never really explicitly get, like, too much into it, but just to be the fact that it's clear the mother is pregnant now. She was not pregnant before all this shit happened. She got pregnant after this whole survivalist shit started. And I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? Babies scream constantly for no fucking reason. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Like, how are you going to raise... Kids are the dumbest fucking things in the planet. This movie actually, like, because... I'll hold off on the spoilers, but there's the thing that happens with the kid earlier being dumb. And that kid gets exactly what I feel like a kid deserves for being dumb in a horror movie. But yeah, just it was like infuriating to me. I'm like, why are you pregnant? No, the moment you realize, oh, my period is, you get a fucking coat hanger and you put an end to that fucking shit. You do not get pregnant in this fucking situation. You dumb motherfuckers. Stop acting like this is a good thing. God fucking damn it. But hey, they apparently had like all these contingencies set up. Like they had planned for this. Like they knew like their wife, like the wife is pregnant. She's gonna have a kid. And that kid is going to make a fuck ton of noise. So we need to, like, you know, not have the kid making fuck tons of noise. And so yeah, they actually crafted the system. Like I said, I love smart characters in horror movies, where like the character in a horror movie isn't just gonna like run upstairs and, you know, fucking just do dumb shit. Like, you know, well, let's split up, gang. No, like this is a very smart family in this situation. And it takes what is a fairly simple horror concept, which is there are monsters in this world now. We need to survive. And by the way, monsters are never explained, which I love. You don't need to. In fact, I don't want a sequel to this movie. I don't want a sequel because every time we get fucking sequels and shit like this, now let's explore the lore, remove all the mystery, and now it's just kind of dumb. Don't. Do not fucking explain it. It is fine. It is fine the way it is. Like, I do not want more of these. I don't need another fucking Cloverfield paradox happening to this movie. I don't fucking need it. Speaking of Cloverfield, it was funny because after the movie ended, I immediately, like, leaned over to my friend who I was watching it with, and I'm like, so that's, like, the best Cloverfield movie we've had since 10 Cloverfield Lane. And apparently, like, I thought I was being kind of clever, like, it's very Cloverfield-ish. Apparently other people are fucking making this joke, because when we got back, I found out he had never seen the Cloverfield paradox. So I just explained the entirety of the Cloverfield paradox to him, because I'm not going to subject my friend to that. That's terrible. I'm not that bad of a fucking person. So I explained the Cloverfield paradox to him, and then when we got back to my place, I showed him the very tail end so he could be angry at the end of that movie, which was great. And then I went to go look up Cloverfield 4 to show him what Cloverfield 4 is about, which is about zombie Nazis, apparently. And when I typed in Cloverfield 4, it just brought up a bunch of fucking articles of people talking about, A Quiet Place is a better Cloverfield movie than the Cloverfield paradox. I was like, well, shit, I'm not that creative, apparently. Fuck, I thought I was making a clever joke. Nope, everybody on the fucking internet's making that connection. Because apparently people were already theorizing that this was a backdoor Cloverfield sequel. And it could have easily been. Like, if they had just called it, like, I don't know, the Cloverfield Silence or something, some dumb shit like that, you could have easily marketed this as a Cloverfield movie. And they didn't, oddly enough. Like I said, it could have easily been, but they didn't go that route. I'm fine either way. I mean, honestly, I'd rather have this than the fucking Cloverfield paradox, but that's not the universe I live in. But yeah, A Quiet Place. Really good goddamn horror movie. Great fucking creature feature. Like I said, smart characters. Cool fucking concepts. The only thing I don't like is specifically the creature designs. The creature designs in this movie... and this is another thing, is that when the movie ended, I also leaned over to my friend and I was just like, hey, James, you remember back when the Cloverfield monster design was, you know, creative and different? Because it looks like this scaly armored version of the fucking Cloverfield monster, and but like, you know, much smaller. And I feel like a lot of fucking like horror movies are doing this now. Like if we need to make a monster, oh well, it's this kind of quadrupedic fucking like long-limbed thing, And that's what we just kind of get for monsters now in movies. So yeah, the monster designs kind of suck in that regard. But, you know, like, the cool thing about their designs is, like, their heads open up and they have basically, like, a giant ear that is their face. And, like, you know, like I said, they hear things like that. And great fucking concept. Great fucking execution. Yeah, like, I could get into, like, spoilers about this movie, and I was going to, but then I'm like, really, all I could say is just like, yeah, no, like, this was dope, and that was dope, and I like when they did this. You know, I like what happened at the very beginning of the movie, because I was just like, yeah, no, fuck that, that's what should happen in that situation. So yeah, no, it's good shit, especially the ending. The ending of this goddamn movie. It is some straight out of fucking Evil Dead, like, let's fucking do this shit kind of moment. And I don't want to, like I said, I'm not going to spoil it. Because, like, if you've seen the movie, all I'm going to say is, those things were dope, and I loved that they were in this movie. The ending is, like, kind of more of an action movie kind of tone shift. And, yeah, like, I don't want a sequel. Like I said, I don't want a sequel, but I am very happy that this movie exists. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I hope other people go and see it while it's still in theaters so they can hopefully enjoy the fuck out of it. Yeah, no, it's, like, it is the most I have enjoyed a horror film. Well, that's not true. Like, I was gonna say, like, it's the most I've enjoyed a horror film since It Follows. And I'm like, oh, but Get Out was also a really good horror film, and Don't Breathe was also a really good horror. Like, are those horror films or are those more suspense films? Whatever. All those movies I just mentioned are good. And A Quiet Place is great. Like, it is, and it's a very approachable horror film, too. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, say something like, recommending something like It Follows, where it's like, It Follows is super goddamn good. But, like, I feel like if you're not into that kind of creepier, more atmospheric, oh shit, it's right behind you feeling in a horror movie, and you just kind of want the boo-gotchas, then, like, I can't recommend that kind of film to people as easily as I could. I feel very comfortable recommending A Quiet Place to people. Except, now that I mentioned the boo-gotchas, there's the one thing I didn't like about this movie, was the fucking boo-gotchas. Because there's, like, 3 of those in this movie. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing jump scares? We have decided as a people that jump scares suck. That they are not scary, and you're just startling people. Oh yeah, and there is, okay, one of the boo-gotchas. This is kind of a spoiler. No, it isn't. Fuck it, it's not a spoiler. Because it's just like, girl goes to, like, pick up a flashlight. And, like, the little brother reaches out from hiding underneath the vehicle and, like, grabs her wrist to, like, get her attention. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, kid? Why would you grab her wrist like that and startle the shit out of somebody? Like you know the world that these people live in. Like, you know there's monsters everywhere, so something, like, grabs you suddenly. Like, what makes you think your sister isn't gonna fucking scream? You dumb son of a bitch. That pissed me off. That was dumb as shit. Like, I understand that she's, like, deaf, so you can't be like, psst, psst, hey, I'm down here. But, like, yeah, also, yeah, he couldn't do that anyhow because monsters. But, oh my god. Like, it's just, like, I don't understand why someone would go and do that to another fucking human being. Because, like, that's not okay to do in general. Like, in that situation, that type of tense situation, that's not okay at all. At fucking all. Like, being in that scenario, like, I would scream like a little fucking girl because I think I'm about to get fucking mauled to death by goddamn monsters. Like, shit. I don't have to even be in that situation. Like, I'm a fidgety motherfucker. Like, if I was trying to, like, reach down, like, I could be in goddamn Candyland, reaching down to pick something up, and then grabs my wrist. Ah! Ah! Yeah, I'd be dead. I'd be fucking dead. Because some dumb shit grabbed my goddamn wrist when I wasn't expecting it. Fuck. Okay. That was my one complaint. My one fucking complaint. That and I thought the parents were dumb for having a goddamn kid in that situation. But beyond that, really, really good movie. Really goddamn worth watching. Go check it out. Yeah.